Welcome to Final Drive TV. We are here for the 2015 Nitto Tire United States Touring Car Championship. Joining me today as my co-host is two-time champion Dave Brown. Thanks for joining me, Dave.
Yeah, thanks for having me, Becky. It's good to be here. Buttonwillow Raceway, somewhere in Central California. I'm not sure where, but
that's right. We are outside Bakersfield, California, in the Central Valley. It's already hot. It's April, and here we go.
We come to this track about once a year, so here we are on a repeat from our 2-hour endurance race last year. We're going to do that again this year.
That's right. As our season opener, 2-hour enduro is a different format for us. We've got driver refueling. We've got a part day, part night enduro. So as a driver, what does that do?
Yeah, big challenge is getting into that sunset time zone. It gets really tough. We will be going straight into the sunset down there on the back straightaway. So there's 20 minutes where there's some moments on the track where the drivers can't see anything. So those are some hairy times. In addition to that, as it gets into the night, it's not something that we normally do. So the light setups on the car are not normally there. So how these guys set these things up, and they were circling the paddock all last night trying to get them right. But how they set those lights up for that nighttime portion of the race is critical.
Absolutely. As we're talking about that, walking around looking at the drivers this morning, we've got a lot of, we've got some rookies, we've got some repeats, we've got some return drivers, new.
Yeah.
So even on your team,
sure,
Life's
yeah.
Good Racing.
We've got, so LGR, Life's Good Racing, we brought 4 cars. So we got me in the GT car, and we got a rookie driver, Mauricio Lastres, is sharing the car this year with Michael Weldon in the Mitsubishi. It's really exciting to see them. Mauricio's first day on the track was today, so he's got a lot to learn. This is a tough track.
What are your thoughts on the track?
It is the first time I come to Buttonwillow, first time practicing this morning. My thoughts on the track are, it's very dusty, very technical, and very rhythmic, I thought. I was going around there, and there's a section where, man, you really have to be very sharp and just carry the rhythm and just not lose focus at any moment. And then there's I think it's a very fun track, just very technical and very rhythmic.
Excellent. So you qualified 5th, and you are the only 4-wheel drive car in the field. What's your strategy for a standing start?
I'm very excited about that standing start. It is going to be my first one, though, so I'm not going to go, trying to take the lead in the first corner. That's absolutely not what the goal is. I'm going to take what the all-wheel drive is going to give me. We did practice it this morning and did a practice launch at the exit of pit lane, and I felt pretty good about it. Felt very comfortable. So, how can you not? I feel very bullish about it, and I think the car's going to go well at the launch, and then we'll see how I feel managing the guys behind me and how defensive I feel like being. But I think we're going to do very well at the start.
It's tough, and obviously we're working together, and it's neat to see in the paddock the rookie drivers glomming onto and working with the veteran drivers, which we're all more than willing to help them with. But it is a tough track to learn. It's a fantastic track, very technical, very fast, but it is tough to learn because exactly what you're talking about. We're in the flats. There's very difficult to pick your turn-in points and very few markers to go by.
Wow. Yep. So let's talk a little bit about our returning drivers. In the touring car class, we've got the GoGoGear.com team. Yep. Driver today is Gary Sheehan. He's the season champion last year. And in the GT class, we have Daniel.
Yeah, so both drivers, they've got targets on their backs. They were both really fast last year. They both did a great job, dominated a lot of races, and there's a bunch of young blood here that's coming after them.
That's right. Speaking of that, Michelle Abadi.
Michelle Abadi's here. She's doing great. She's run with us, I think, 3 times last year. Okay. Did very well, got faster every event. She's here with us today. She knows this track. She's doing a great job. Look for her to be strong.
So we're going to get out to the paddock. We're going to talk to some of those drivers, and we're going to see what their strategy is and what is their plan for today and for the season.
Should be fun.
2014 Touring Car Champion, returning for hopefully a repeat of your last season. So tell me about your race today.
Yeah, that's the plan. We had a fantastic year last year. 2014 worked out really well for us. Ali and I made a really good team. We won 3 races and took home another second. So awesome year. Car ran flawlessly the entire time. So this year I'm teamed up with somebody else, Rod Rojas, who's a former USTCC champion as well. So I think together we're going to make a good team as well. He seems really quick in the car during testing and all that. So yeah, looking forward to it. Yeah.
Here with Jason Alendritas, driver of the number 9 touring car for TNI Racing. Jason, how was qualifying?
Qualifying went very well. I actually put down pole position qualifying time at a 57.4. However, my transponder was not working, so you're just going to have to believe me on that one, I suppose. But double whammy, I would have been disqualified anyway because I came in a few pounds late, so I guess I was meant to start in the back today. Turns out that some of the speed is also in the back. The would have been pole, second place would have been second place is now also in the back. So with Gary Sheehan, so we're looking forward to moving through from the back to the front and having a fun race with each other.
So Ron Valtiera, also driver of the number 13 Mazda and team owner. Welcome.
Welcome. Thank you.
So driving, that's not a usual place for you. Usually you're just managing the team. Tell me how your qualifying went.
Qualifying went slow. We had some problems in the morning. Boost hose fell off. Lost a wastegate. Tragic. My pace was pretty good. It could have been better, but it's been nice to be back in the car. I've never driven this configuration, and just hoping for an interesting, fun race.
So what's your strategy for the 2-hour enduro strategy?
The number one strategy in enduros is just stay on track, stay out of the pits, stay out of the penalty box, don't hit anything, stay out of other people's messes. It's a long race. Buttonwillow is a great track. It's really wide. There's a lot of room for error if you do go off, but you don't want to go off. We've got an amazing crew. Life's Good Racing is unbelievable. So their pit strategies are always perfect. Their race strategies are always perfect. Basically, it's just up to me to drive the car.
Okay, thank you, Becky, and here we are for the start of the race. I'm Rick Nannini once again, and joining me today is also Julio Decker. Nice to have you, Julio, today.
Thank you very much. Thanks for having me back.
Hey, we're getting ready for the start of the brand new season. Lots of new cars, lots of new faces. This is going to be exciting. And once again, we're starting it off with probably the most difficult race of the season. 2-hour, half-day, half-night at Buttonwillow. I don't think it gets much harder than this.
No, I have a feeling we're going to have a lot of attrition, especially as we go through the nighttime and the change in light.
Yeah, that sunlight, the dust here, all those things. The only thing that could have probably made it worse if it was raining, but we don't have rain. Looks like clear skies, and we're getting ready to start the year. But we have a lot of new drivers, and you'll see a lot of new cameras in this race. Starting with Mike Holland, who's in the Mendela Powertrains Factory 5 GTR, and Dave Brown, who's in that red Camaro straight ahead that you'll see. So the keys to this race, I think, are just staying out of the pits. A lot of these drivers talked about this, but I think when you do an endurance race, you want to stay out of the pits and just keep moving.
And also out of the dirt.
Yes.
Buttonwillow, if you go off, you're going to create a big giant cloud of dust. And here we go with the start. Green flag. Go,
there we
go,
are.
go.
Dave Brown starts in the Camaro and uses that V8 horsepower to start pull away. Although Mike Holland is a V8 in that car, also in that Factory 5 GTM car. But behind him, these battle of touring cars. But Mauricio Lestres in that Mitsubishi Lancer seems to have an issue. He's going really slow, and the car's making some strange noises. That four-wheel drive that he was so hoping for maybe has failed him. But here we are aboard Gary Sheehan, who started dead last due to losing their time early on in the qualifying. And you see Mauricio pull off. But here we have...
Such a shame that Mitsubishi is usually a rocket ship coming off the start. You might have broken that thing trying to get a super fast launch.
Yeah, but speaking of super fast, Dave Brown in that 96 Camaro, he's just pulling away. He's got clear track ahead, and look at that. He's already built about a half a second gap over Mike Holland's FFR GTM car.
As you notice, Rick, the sun is already in their eyes, and we're just beginning the race, so this is just going to get perpetually worse and worse as we go.
Yeah, you'll see, speaking of the sun, there it is. Now that's good right now. Wait about an hour from now, and you'll see how you won't even get to see the point where you have to turn in the corner yet. So that's going to get worse. But especially, and it seems like the lower your car, like these GT cars, the worse it is too.
That's right. You don't have that perspective on the track. And this track has a lot of really fast corners, and you need to be just spot on to have good times. So we'll see what happens as the sun sets.
But the problem is, as the sun sets, kind of the gray asphalt and the gray dirt, it kind of blends together, and you can't tell where's the asphalt and there's no features to really tell you what's going on at this track. So it's really challenging. It's not like some of these tracks where you see, okay, there's a tree here or there's a building there. It's kind of just all one big thing. And but now we seem to have the battle of the BMWs here, as Beau Borders is battling with Bovenberg. That's Bovenberg up in that 76 car up front. Those guys are battling for the lead in touring car. There's about 4 BMWs clustered out there, but the Camaro right here with Dave Brown is leading overall in the GT, and it looks like he's got easy. He's just for an easy cruise right now.
Yeah, Dave Brown is one of our previous champions, and he definitely knows his way around this track, and he's been a driver coach for a really long time. So.
Well, there goes Jason Alexandridis in that 09 BMW, goes under Beau Borders, takes away position from both. Black BMW versus black BMW. Different teams, similar cars, and Jason proved that he was super fast, but unfortunately his transponder wasn't working, so he had to start near the end of the pack, but looks like he's worked his way up.
Rick, this is already interesting. You can see the headlights shining, and the sun hasn't even gone down yet. I have a feeling those headlights are going to come in real handy when the sun goes down.
Well, that's the other thing. The one thing they did do for this year compared to the years past was they put reflectors on in the around the turns, so that should help a little bit, so you can differentiate the track from the dirt, especially at night. But yeah, that's going to be rather difficult. But you know, this track is always about these things. It's about the elevation changes and all the various corners that it gives you. It's a super long track too. And I think earlier we talked with Beau Borders, the guy you see right now in that number 12 car, about this.
So is there any place on the track that you feel particularly challenged with, either Talladega or any of the turns?
Yeah, starting with turn 1, going all the way through the last turn, all in the middle. Yeah, they're all tricky. You know, it's a racetrack. It's tough. I mean, people are coming in and at you on other angles. Your car's sliding around. It's hot. You can't see. The sun's going down. I mean, there's a million reasons that it should go wrong.
So basically, Beau had issues between turn 1 and last turn, and a million possible things to go wrong.
Yes, and everything's could have gone. Oh, speaking of going wrong, look at that! Karl Chicca in the lead of touring class goes 2 wheels in the dirt, and he's gonna get past. Is he gonna get past? There's somebody alongside. Is that?
Oh yeah.
Oh,
he lost
Pete Bovenberg
right
in the BTM car was by in another car. Well, wow, these poor BMWs are just going that. There's a train of
Once you lose your
BMWs.
momentum coming down the straightaway, that you're just a sitting duck, especially with Bovenberg, an ex-champion. He knows what to do with that.
Yeah, look at that. And now getting on board in this middle of Sheehan in the GoGoGear.com Hyundai Genesis. He's kind of come in going, hello boys, I'm still here. Don't forget about me.
And Gary started dead last, so that's pretty impressive for him.
And he actually was the pole sitter. He should have been the pole sitter, except his TrackMate data acquisition system, which all these cars are supposed to have on, didn't record well. There was a GPS error, so they threw away his time and put him in the back. And we actually talked to him before the race about that. And here's what he had to say.
Buttonwillow is a great track. It's bumpy in places. It's got some really high speed stuff, which is the stuff that I like. I really like the high risk corners and all that. And coming out of Talladega and up into Magic Mountain and carrying speed over that crest, there's a part of the track where there's a little bit of an incline and a drop, and the car comes over that crest and gets light and moves a lot across the track. It's just really fun. So if you hit it right, you can carry a ton of speed through that corner, and if you get it wrong, you could find yourself quickly having the car take you right off the edge of the track.
Yeah, so basically you can end up losing it rather quickly at this track at a really high rate of speed. I don't think you can even get to second gear around this track. I think everything is third, fourth, and fifth, and mostly fourth and fifth gear turns around here.
Well, it depends. If you want to dive underneath somebody in the back section, you could potentially drop it into the second. But yeah.
I know there's a one turn back here, which I forgot the name of it right now, but you basically are going into it in fifth gear at 100 miles an hour, over 100, and you have to find the apex quick. And if you miss the apex, you're done. So,
here we have the in-car camera with Dave Brown.
Now here's the battle between the GTs. Still, Dave's still leading in the Camaro, in that Life's Good Racing Camaro, that red Camaro that you see.
And so by now, the tires are starting to get greasy, and these guys are starting to get into that tire management and fuel consumption mentality. So as the sun starts to go down, we got to keep an eye on cars and competition.
Oh, there's Mike Holland. He's getting stuck behind some slower traffic. Boy, he's fighting hard to catch up to Dave.
Yeah, He doesn't want to lose sight of Dave.
He doesn't want to lose
Dave
sight.
can really check out on
For
him.
sure, he's got to keep that gap manageable. Otherwise, it's going to be a long day. You're not going to be able to catch somebody like Dave if you let him go too far ahead. And he's out, but it seems like Dave has good track. Oh, what happened? Oh no!
Oh, Mike goes out in the third, and he goes fully around. Oh yeah.
Look at all that
Just
dust that we were talking about.
right?
Now let's hope that nobody hits him coming through that dust. And hopefully he can restart. Yeah, he did restart. He's out of there. But look at how long it takes that dust to settle.
And right about now, Mike is crunching on some fine sand inside his helmet, and everything's going to be dusty on that interior.
Yeah, and hopefully he hasn't done any damage to the car or broken any pieces, because that car is extremely low. But I think Dave likes that. But wait a minute, there's some weird noises coming out of Dave. What's going on with Dave? Uh-oh, is there something wrong here? No. Dave's falling down. Oh, just when we thought he had it.
This is strange because the motor is still running. This is not a motor issue, Rick.
I wonder if this is one of the case of a little $2 part braking on it.
Oh no, this is not good.
So that puts Dave out of the race, and Mike
is now coming in the
pits. He's probably figured, you know what, I should come in a little bit early, make sure to get the car checked out, and make sure there's nothing wrong. He might need maybe his flat spotted the tire or two. Looks like we're going to change tires on it.
That's actually a smart move by Mike. I wonder if he saw Dave breaking down and took the opportunity to make sure that everything's good.
That is actually brilliant strategy, because at that point, you don't want to take any chances. You might as well play it safe. And
look at that sunset.
Oh no! Speaking of, the sunset is cruel on Mr. Brown here, as he gets a little tow behind the safety truck. That's a shame, but you know what? He was really looking forward to this race, but hopefully he'll try again the next race.
Well, we have lots of racing left. I wonder if he can fix that car and join the fray. But,
well, that's actually true, because it's it is an endurance race, so it's you never know. But here's Karl Chicca.
You got that door slammed on
yes, he's
really
trying to
hard.
pass a slower car.
That was the part that Gary was talking about.
Yeah, that
going
was
over Magic Mountain. So that's
that
not a place where you want to have that happen to you.
Yeah, and that was Tom Milburn, our leader in the sportsman category, driving the Bay Area Drafting Acura RSX, who was going, "Hey man, I'm sorry, but I got my own race here to worry about. Pass me later on." And I think Karl's car looks like he's going to make a nice pass here. Yep, a nice long straightaway. Use that horsepower of the BMW. A little thank you wave. Very, very nice move. And it goes past. Mike Holland back on the track in that Mandolo Powertrains Factory 5 GTM. And this is something you usually don't want to see.
Never want to see.
Mauricio Lastres, Dave Brown, two teammates. Life's Good Racing brought out 4 cars. 2 of them are broken on the side of the road, but you know what? 2 of them are in the top 4. So you can look at it as a half full, half empty kind of thing.
And here we have Patrick Chio, one of our new drivers that joined USTCC this year.
Driving a Nissan 350Z, the first Nissan in the field. So he's actually doing well. But yeah, it's a sad look at that. You
There's
never
Mr.
want to see
Brown
that
walking off in the
that
sunset.
walk
Oh,
going to the sunset. Yes.
Yeah, I got to tell you, Rick, Life's Good Racing spends thousands, if not hundreds of thousands of dollars on these cars, and we have a potential 50-cent part cost in the race.
But you know what? It's still daylight. There's still another hour left.
Yeah, but Beau's very consistent, and same could be said about Karl as well. These guys know how to run these longer races and take good care of their cars.
Yeah, but actually you can still, it's starting to get dark, because you can see the headlights, you can see the shadows getting longer. Patrick Chio's still behind the wheel of that 350Z, pushing hard. Actually so far has set the fast lap of the race in that 350Z. So no, whoa! Here comes one of the Porsche GT cars trying to get past the touring cars and gets it wrong right at the apex. That could have been super ugly. Wow, and you can see a slow motion replay here as Beau goes for the apex, doesn't see the Porsche, or Porsche tries this move. Wow.
That's actually a really silly move on these longer races. Patience is a virtue, and that was not
that was really wishful thinking, because there's no way that Porsche could have made that corner going that fast into that turn. But fortunately, Beau doesn't get hurt in that. His car, he's moseying around. Patrick Chio comes into pits. These guys are going to do a driver change.
Absolutely.
The only car, I believe, the only car in the field that's going to do a driver change. So this is going to be interesting. And we have a rather cool angle for you, as we have a helmet cam on these guys.
Patrick's co-driver Andrie Hartanto is
another ex-champion, ex-USTCC champion.
Extremely efficient and fast driver. So this will be interesting. It's going to be strength to strength here.
Bovenberg comes in, and he's trying to refuel. That Bovenberg, you know, you might be used to seeing him drive the Honda Civic. This time, for the first time, he chose a BMW. He feels he's got a better chance at a BMW for this race. The TNI guys. Here we are, trying to capture back in that 350cc. As Patrick's driving now, Beau is coming into the pits. He's got to wait a little bit. Looks like he's trying to wait for Patrick to get out of the way so he can come in. They don't want to be a collision there. So
yeah, that's actually really smart of Beau right there.
See, again, it comes into staying out of trouble, right? One little move like that, you try to rush it, and what happens? You go to save 3 seconds and you lose the race.
That's exactly right.
And oh no, the 41. That's Sam Stowell in that Pontiac Trans Am. Looks like they're having some mechanical issues. Looks like their day is done. But Patrick Chio, tighten the belts, and hopefully you didn't hear that cursing that went on, but I think he was talking a little bit about what was going on in the track. But they're getting ready to go.
Looks like my iPhone is
White on the Beau Borders car, and these guys are trying to race each other out of the pits. Let's see who leaves first.
Right about now, everybody's wishing for a larger hose.
Hose and
gas tank.
But you know, this is also where mistakes happen. If you spill any gas, you get penalized. So the Nissan came in first and leaves first. So that was nice, smooth on their part. And Beau needs to now get going, but you can't be too impatient here, as if you spill anything, you're gonna get a lot of penalties. And Beau goes out, no issues, nice clean stop. Good job, the Life's Good Racing team.
That sun is okay, Rick. Time to bring on the pain.
Yeah, well, you know, it's you can now see it's starting to really get dark, and most of these guys have made their stops. Not everybody has made a stop yet. Ooh, there was a parked car there. And Gary Sheehan, GoGoGear.com, coming in from last place. Worked his way up to second, and now looks like he's got problems. Is he out of gas? Yes, he is. He's stuck in the pit lane. He's out of gas.
Oh, no.
In the pit lane. He made it that far in, and now he's done.
That's terrible.
The 09, Jason, going in leading a race. He's going out. Does a clean pit stop on his way up. But Sheehan is having issues. He's rolling forward at a snail's pace, and that must be so frustrating.
That is going to absolutely cost them multiple positions here.
Multiple laps.
Right, coming in to get. That's right. It depends on how buff this crew is at this point.
No, look at that. Oh, no. Yeah, they're losing a couple of laps right now.
From 3 horsepower to 3 manpower.
For sure. Chicca again coming in and getting clean. But yeah, this is where you can lose the race right here. It's very difficult to win right here, but you can easily lose the race with a little bit of mistake, waiting 1 lap too long to come in for gas or anything like that.
I wonder if the other teams have seen Gary run out of gas and going over their calculations again. You had Michelle Abate's crew chief there talking to her, either telling her to keep a calm head on her shoulders or making sure that they don't miss their pit
window.
There you go. Pit schedule is what I was going to say.
I guess learn from everybody else's mistakes. Isn't that how it works?
Absolutely. Here we go with Beau doing some more laps. And
yeah, look at how long these guys are finally now in, and they lost so much time trying to get in.
Delicious Tuning's crew chief talking to Michelle, and like I said, going over the calculations again just to be safe.
Yep, just make sure we don't screw this one up. But you know, this is so difficult because it's not just the driver; the entire team has to keep track of everything going on.
Absolutely.
And be right on top of everything, from other cars and full course yellows, and when to pit and when not to pit, and how's the car doing. All these little factors that come into play. That's why it takes so many people to do this. You can't do this by yourself.
That's right. And at nighttime, a lot of mistakes can happen really quickly. Gary's an absolute professional, he's going to have to keep a calm head on his shoulders to make sure that he doesn't get frustrated because of this delay.
Yeah,
he worked really hard to get up to second place.
Yeah, well, fortunately, they got that car back on their way, but yeah, he's a few laps down now, and he's got to just work up, and yeah, that's not good. But anyway, as we go now, Beau Borders is right behind Sheehan of all things, and these two guys are battling it out, but not for position. As we have another car goes off in the dirt, this is how fast you can lose it.
Absolutely. Lose all
Look at Gary goes sideways!
About getting sideways.
And it looks like he was trying to avoid the car in front, who was, oh man, so much stuff going on at the same time. This is what we're talking about.
Absolutely. This place is a nightmare at nighttime. All your points of reference go out the window because you have no visibility whatsoever.
And people are doing things in front that you want nothing to do with, and it was insane.
And that dirt would just hang in the air and it doesn't go anywhere, so you get blind if somebody goes off in front of you.
Yeah, for sure. So, yeah, that you got to be really careful at places like that. But you saw it. But Andrie in that Speed SF Nissan 350Z also moving along, doing really well in the top 4 at the moment. I think he's in 3rd place or 4th place right now. We don't know until all the pit stops are done and squared away. But they're definitely doing a fantastic job in their first race. Patrick's first race, Andrie's ex-champion. First race with this car, how about that?
It was interesting, that shot in Andrie's car, as cars come up on you, those lights will blind you for a second, so it actually adds to the difficulty of doing this track at nighttime.
Yeah, and a lot of times you just want them to, you would just want to let the guy go. Just go, leave me alone, stop bothering me, I need to focus. You can see the little reflectors on the track actually I think they really help. Because it gives you a little reference at least on where the exit points and turning points are. You see the little white dots, and that might help. But you know what? This is what most people see. This little view, just lights driving around. It's really difficult.
Yeah, this place is an entirely different racetrack at nighttime compared to the daytime. And folks that are fast in the daytime, they don't have the good lights.
Yeah, these guys are going at it
really quickly at nighttime.
These two guys are having a nice battle in this last 20 minutes of darkness. Hopefully things doesn't get screwy, because Beau Borders at this point is in 2nd place and he's a few laps ahead of.
Oh, that was really close.
And just as we were saying, boys, behave. Beau, you're in 2nd place, and actually he did what he should have done, was just back out of it, because he knows he's in 2nd place. He's got a couple of laps on Sheehan, and he doesn't need to push it too much.
At all. Actually, at this point, Gary has to be at least 2, if not 3 laps down to the leader. So I'm a little surprised that these guys are having at it so hard this late in the game.
Yeah, I mean, that doesn't matter how hard you push. You're not going to unlap yourself 3 laps down by driving fast. There's no way you can do that. So.
But I think it's that DNA of the race car driver that
I can make this up. I can make this up. Really.
The never quit attitude.
Yeah, for sure. So we're getting close to the wire here. We should be seeing
Boy,
look at
boys
these
are
guys
still
are just
having
going back
at it.
and forth.
I think they found a nice playmate. And
Yes.
They're having a good time here finishing out this race.
I wonder too. I wonder if these are just two guys who really trust each other and they're just going at it, having some
this
fun.
is really interesting. You see
yeah,
Gary
Beau
going away. I wonder if Beau's
Beau's
got a problem.
slowing down. Beau's, I think,
significantly slowing
Yeah,
down.
I
This is
think-
very interesting.
I think Beau's made the decision here that, you know what, I'm going to run out of gas at this point. I better just take it easy instead of getting in a dice. Which is the smart thing to do.
That is absolutely, actually, probably a true statement, because that car sounds healthy. I think he is just thinking at this point.
He's just short shifting and just
Right.
Yeah.
But, he is on the same lap as the leader, Jason. So that's. I wonder if he's truly running out of gas, and if we see.
Well, you know what?
Beau
You could
drop
take
it
a
out.
safe 2nd place, or you could risk it all and get a 1st place. Which one would you want to do?
Right, and we got to be getting close to the end, and. I
there's
believe we have
there's the white
there
flag.
It is, there's the white flag. So we're right there. This is going to be really, really close and exciting.
It is. But Beau, don't run out of gas. Take it easy. It's not worth it, buddy.
Well, he's got 2nd place locked up. 3rd place is a lap down, and he just, I think, is going to take the safe approach.
Yeah,
and
Patrick
keep us-
chose in 3rd place.
Right, but I believe he's a lap down.
Andrie
correct?
Hartanto, yes.
Right.
Yeah, Andrie Hartanto, 1 lap down in that Nissan 350Z.
Mike is going for the checkered flag here.
Checkered flag, is that the checkered
There
flag
we go.
coming out?
And,
So Mike Holland in the Mendeola Powertrains FFR GTM takes the win in the GT class. He's followed in second place Vijay Mirzayan in the Achilles Motorsports BMW M3. Third place in GT Daniel Akhromstev in the Red Star Racing BMW M3.
And we have Beau that made it. He did not run out of gas. Good for him. So we have Jason Alexandris who crossed the line first, but unfortunately he was underweight, so he will get disqualified. And actually with that move, Beau won the class, followed by Patrick Chio and Andrie Hartanto in second place with Speed SF Nissan 350Z. And in third place we have Karl Chicca with Life's Good Racing BMW M3.